Rabjohns, and I'm an arts counsellor, and I'd like to share a really exciting art project with you that you can do at home during this lockdown period. And you might find that it's a bit odd doing art during this time, but actually it's perfect for us because we're slowing down to really listen to how we're feeling. And what I'd really like to do is to gather everyone's artwork and create an exhibition either locally or in a hall somewhere, or even online. And it would be great if we could create some nice big canvases to document this period that we're going through, because we've never really had anything like this happen in our lifetimes before. And you don't have to be an artist to be involved. The marks can be bubbles, speech bubbles, images, colours, gestures, even words, just writing about your thoughts and feelings. And it could be pin stick people, or you could use finger painting or doodling. So it's about what you're experiencing and how reality is for you right now. I know things have changed a lot since we've all been asked to stay at home, and some of us are working from home and some of us are doing lots of video calls and helping people, and it's changed our lives completely. So it might be helpful for future generations for us to record what's going on for us. So if you can keep these words and images safe, when it's over I will look after them and we're going to create an exhibition. Please could you put your name and the date of the work so we can make it from the beginning to the end. We know what comes before and what comes after, and it would be great if you could join me. And if you'd like to join me, I can go through a few things that you can do to do this project. You can always email me at the end of this as well with any questions or for any more information, and I'll put my email address at the end of this film. Okay, so there is an Instagram account for this project called Covid.Encounters. So if you look at Covid.Encounters, you'll see there aren't many pictures yet, but we're hoping to get a lot more pictures in the future. And one thing that we can do together to help each other through this difficult period is creating something together or communicating together, and it gives us an opportunity of stillness and creativity. So you know, making art or writing can help our feelings come into balance, and I know it's different for everybody, but you know, there are many ways for us to come back into our centre, whether that's through art, meditation, breath work, movement or writing. And this is just a way of us being able to tune in every day. And so basically I've got a few ideas for you to start you off, and all you really need is a square of paper. And I've chosen to do a large piece, a large square today, but yesterday I chose to do a little square, and I used pastel, and I just did a drawing of someone that makes me smile, who I'm missing at the moment. So what I would like you to think about is how you're feeling, and then what colour is that feeling? Is it you know, your favourite colour? Is it a dark, deep colour? What shape is that colour? Is it straight, round, jagged, or all over the place? Are there more than one colour together? So you can just use your imagination and do whatever you like, really. There's no mistakes. We're just experimenting, we're playing, and you might ask yourself, am I relaxed? How am I feeling today physically? How am I feeling emotionally? and just allow yourself some time to think about how you're feeling, and maybe make a list of all the different feelings that you feel during the day, and take one of those feelings and decide you could make a piece of art about that. Okay? Another idea would be to think about someone that you really care about and imagine what they might be doing, what they love doing the most, and maybe pretend that you are very young and that you're doing a drawing of them, and imagine what that drawing might be like, you know. So I'm going to just make a square, show you how to make a square. We fold that. So I've got a rectangle piece of watercolour paper, and I'm going to literally just fold it from the corner up to the top, and you'll see that I have some leftover paper there, and I'm just going to cut that off, or you can tear it if you don't have scissors. You can make a fold and tear it. Okay, so then I should have a square, and before I do any painting, I'm going to use some wax crayons to make some marks, or you could use oil pastels, and we use these so that they resist the watercolour. But you can use whatever you like, whatever you have at home. You could make watercolours from food dye if you don't have watercolours at home. And I'm going to choose to do a drawing of my daughter, because she's in Nottingham at the moment and finishing her textiles degree. She's very funny, loves silly jokes, and I'm missing her humour. Although we do contact each other through video call, it's not quite the same. So how do I see my daughter? Well, her favourite colour is purple, because her nickname is Lila. So I'm going to just simply make a mark, almost like a spiral, and then this is going to be her body, and then she has bright yellow hair at the moment, so I'm adding some hair, and she's very, very clever with her hands, so I'm going to give her orange hands. I hope you can see that it doesn't look like a person at all, okay? It just looks like a shape. And then I am going to paint, or well, paint later, but I'm going to draw. She really misses the garden, so I'm just going to make a few marks and maybe some flowers. She really loves flowers, so I'm going to make some flowers because she loves being in the garden. And finally I'm going to make some happy faces. These are all her friends at home waiting for her to come home. She's got lots and lots of friends, so lots and lots of happy faces. Okay, maybe just one last, so I can use the side of my wax crayon as well as the tip. Okay, now I've got a sponge. I'm just going to wet my paper. Handy watering can. And wet my paper down. And this is a wet on wet technique, but obviously you can just do whatever you like. You don't have to wet the paper. It's just an idea I had this morning. And if you like making textiles, or for example weaving, I've got this as well. This is something I started to make just from an old bit of cardboard. I cut some slits and wrap some yarn around, and then I'm starting to weave some bits and pieces through that I found just hanging around. So you could try weaving. You could use clay to tell me how you're feeling. You could make a sculpture. You could make a puppet out of old bits of old recycled bits and pieces. What else could you do? You could do a drawing on a blackboard, a bit like I have there, and take a picture of it. You could make something outside in nature. You could just use it, make a mandala on the grass. There's so many things that we can do. Alright, so that's fairly wet, and I've got my brush and I've got my watercolours, and I'm going to paint a lovely blue, a calm blue, because Holly is very calm. So, and just going to paint over the top, and you can see that the wax crayon is creating a lovely resist. Hope you can see that on there. And if I want to, maybe I can add a little bit of red to make her favourite colour, which is purple. And I might decide to let this dry and work over the top again tomorrow if I feel that's right. It's all about what you want, really. About playing. We're just playing, finding out. But do take time to just see how you're feeling before you start, because that can really help you find something to paint about. Well, I'm just going to add a bit of yellow up here for the faces. There we go. So that didn't take very long, and I've really enjoyed that, and I'm definitely feeling calmer than when I began. So I hope that's inspired you to make your own pieces of work, and the important thing is to make a commitment to do it every day, preferably around the same time, and just send me the images, and if you have any questions, let me know. And I must say that this idea was actually my supervisor's idea, that I've got involved with, and so we're enjoying doing this together. Okay, have fun.